Thanks for logging on to MyFoxHurricane.com. So we're past the peak of the season, but it's really important to remember, and we saw this firsthand after the peak of the season, even though we're still talking about this activity going down, we still have a large amount of the season and through the September, into September, through October. Still, we see some pretty active, and we've seen some of our strongest hurricanes this time of the year. So I know we're all recovering from Ian, and not to sound like an alarmist, but we still have a season. We still have plenty of the season to go at this point, so we cannot let our guard down. That being said, nothing imminent at this point. That is certainly good news, but the areas that we really focus in on this time of the year as we go through October, we look down into the Caribbean, the central and the western Caribbean, and notice the wind arrows. Typically what's happening is we're starting to get into this time of the year where we get the cold fronts working their way into the southeast, and those tend to recurve these storms. We get those East Coast troughs. That's exactly what we saw with Ian, that trough developing, and that helped to turn Ian back towards Florida. So that's what we watch this time of the year. Really that kind of that sneaky pattern that we see as we go through the month of October into November as well. November, things really start to quiet down. We're still in season officially until November 30th though, but we are watching two areas. First one, this area way out into the Atlantic. Good news about that, regardless of any development with that, which does look like that could happen here over the next few days. It is going to work its way out over open water, so no concern whatsoever with that. Now, another area we're watching is this other wave, which is working its way towards the Lesser Antilles, Windward Islands. And what we're going to watch for over the next few days is just a general westward movement with this. Now, if anything were to happen with this, it still has a ways to go as far as any development, but just any time we're talking about something working its way into the Caribbean this time of the year, we're really going to focus in on it. So we look at the Fox model. Here's the two areas. We've got the one there. We have the other one further out into the Atlantic. There you see the one further out into the Atlantic. That is moving to the north and the northwest. And then here's that other disturbance working its way over towards the Caribbean as we head towards the second half of the week. Just slow development with that, indicated by the Fox model. Now, if we look at the European and the GFS, good news about that. They're really not showing much with this, so it does look like development would tend to be on that slower side. And then also, you're seeing that other system working its way towards the north. So the conditions are favorable for that one over the next couple of days. But then as it continues to work its way to the north and the northwest, conditions become more unfavorable for anything to develop with that. But really, what we're going to do here over the next several days is just kind of focus in and watch this one wave working its way towards the Caribbean. Of course, we're going to keep you updated right here on MyFoxHurricane.com.